Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, reporting on some experiments I'm doing with potassium nitrate. I nitrated some polypore, had really good success with it. Very hot solution, 2 level tablespoons of potassium nitrate into polypore. It takes spark really well. I'll show that in a minute. I also nitrated some, in the same solution, some cotton, pants and a bit of denim. That was a failure. It basically turned out like char cloth. So you've got to char the end of it to get it to work. It won't take a spark on the edges without it being charred. I saw this off Kentucky Bushcraft, I think it was. He used rub cloth, which is black powder soaked in water and then put into this. And what you're basically doing is nitrating it. But it took a spark from a ferro rod really well. This takes a spark from a ferro rod, no problems. But it does burn up fairly well with a ferro rod, but doesn't take a spark from, and it does look like char cloth at the end. But it's not what I like for flint and steel. So, and I don't see the point really in it. If you're going to use it for a ferro rod, you may as well just go straight with the ferro rod straight into your tinder bundles anyway. So as far as that's concerned, I don't think that's a very good option. Use black powder. If you're going to do it, take the time, use 4F black powder and use rub cloth. Yeah, but this stuff, this is the one I wanted really. Polypore is good. If you do it, ash it, it does take a spark, but the only problem is once you nitrate it, it burns up very, very, very quickly. That's the only thing. So once you do this, I think you have to use a lot of it. I haven't got anything to blow into flame, but yeah, last night a single stray spark hit over this side and it started. So it does take a spark quite easily, but as I said, it burns up very quickly. So I don't know if it's worth the trouble of nitrating it, because the other way it burns a lot slower but takes a little bit harder to get going. But this way takes a spark easier but burns up faster. So you've got to weigh your options, whether you want it to take a spark easier and go up faster and use more of it, or whether you want to less easier to take a spark and burn slower. So and like everything, as soon as you put a camera on, certainly generating enough sparks. It's going to prove me a lie now. Took a spark really easy last night, but anyway. There we go. And it fizzled out. Maybe it doesn't take a spark easier. Alarm's getting sore. Chipping out my rock. Not a very good demonstration at all. That's terrible. As I said, some days it's just not your day. There we go. And that'll just burn away. As I said, it burns up very vigorously, but because of the potassium nitrate. So you really got to be on the ball with it. It does generate a very hot ember, but as I said, I'm still fooling around with this stuff. I really like it. I really like the polypore, and I really like the cattail fluff. I actually found the cattail fluff the best one out of all of them. It takes a spark really easy with the hot solution. It's probably my favourite plant tinders. Once you get the right hot solution into it, it takes a spark very, very easily, and it sparks up very, very easily. But I wanted to report on that. That wasn't a very good thing, but as I said, as soon as I turn the camera on, it tends to be like that. That's just sometimes it's just not your day. But I've had several good successes with that polypore. It seems to take a spark very easily most of the time. But you saw the second piece. It took a spark within a couple of strikes. So, and that happens most of the time. I might not have got that piece thin enough. That could have been the issue too. So that happens a fair bit too. If it's too thick, it just doesn't pick a spark up, no matter what you do with it. I found with the polypore, it's got to be as thin as possible. It's not as good as Amadou. I don't know what Mark Horton does with his Amadou, but it is nowhere near. That polypore is nowhere near as good as Amadou, as far as that goes. As far as taking a spark, and it's how it burns, because that Amadou, it picks a spark up very easily, the stray a spark, and burns. It smoulders very evenly, slowly, and gets very hot. This stuff burns up fast. As you saw, it can be problematic to get a spark into it, but it does burn very hot, so you can get a tinder bundle going. You just have to be on the ball with it. Again, it goes about as fast as what cattail fluff does. So it's because you're using so much potassium nitrate. That's the key with it. Again, I don't know if you need to use that much, but I'm trying to get it to take a spark easier, and I think the more potassium nitrate you use, the better it takes a spark. So that's my thing. Also wanted to report on that too. That wasn't a very good thing. It's just the same as char cloth as far as I can see with it. I think use gunpowder, as far as that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching.